Relationships can be tricky, especially when you're unsure if someone is genuinely interested in you or just taking advantage of the perks of being with you. In today's dating scene, lines can blur easily, but there are still clear signs that someone is truly into you and not just setting you up for the bill. By examining psychological, emotional, and behavioral cues, we can help you better understand her intentions. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they'll want to get to know you on a deeper level, not just what you can provide. If she consistently asks thoughtful questions about your life, interests, family, and future aspirations, that's a strong indicator of real interest. Genuine curiosity stems from emotional engagement rather than a desire to simply keep the conversation going. If she remembers details about your life, such as your favorite hobbies or childhood stories, it's a sign she's invested in you. Psychologically, memory retention is stronger when emotions are involved. If she recalls the little things, it shows her feelings are engaged, signaling more than just surface-level interest. Pay attention to her responses during conversations. If she participates actively, asks follow-up questions, and engages in a real dialogue instead of offering vague responses or changing the subject, she's likely interested in building a connection, not just keeping things casual. Consistency is another telling sign. People who are truly interested in you will make an effort to stay connected. If she regularly reaches out through texts, calls, or by making plans, it's a strong indication she values spending time with you. This behavior aligns with the reciprocity principle in psychology, where people mirror the effort they receive in relationships. If she initiates plans, it shows that she's not only thinking of you, but is willing to invest time and energy into the relationship. On the other hand, if you're always the one making the effort to reach out or organize plans, and she simply goes along with it, that's a red flag. Genuine interest involves mutual effort. A woman who's into you will not only respond, but actively engage and show enthusiasm about spending time together. A key difference between someone who's genuinely interested in you and someone who's not is the level of emotional connection. If she's opening up about her feelings, past experiences, and dreams for the future, she's emotionally investing in you. Emotional vulnerability is a strong indicator that she's looking for more than just financial support. People who are only after your money often keep the relationship on a more superficial level. Studies on emotional bonding show that trust and vulnerability go hand in healthy relationships. People tend to disclose personal information to those they trust and value. If she's willing to share her fears, concerns, or deep personal stories, it's a sign that she's trying to forge a deeper emotional connection with you, which extends beyond material benefits. In contrast, if she keeps the conversations light, avoids discussing anything personal, and focuses only on fun or transactional aspects of the relationship, she may not be as emotionally invested as you are. Physical affection can also be a key indicator of genuine attraction. This doesn't necessarily mean intimate physical interactions, but subtle forms of affection, like holding your hand, maintaining prolonged eye contact, or casually touching your arm, can signal real interest. Humans naturally gravitate toward people they are attracted to, often engaging in subconscious behaviors like mirroring body language or making extended eye contact. The chameleon effect is a well-documented phenomenon in social psychology, where people unconsciously mimic the behavior of those they are attracted to. If she's mirroring your actions, such as adopting similar postures or matching your energy in conversations, it's a subconscious sign she feels connected to you. These physical cues go beyond words, showing that she feels comfortable and drawn to you on a deeper, nonverbal level. One of the clearest signs she's not just in the relationship for financial benefits is her approach to sharing costs. A woman who's genuinely interested will often offer to split the bill, pay for small things, or treat you occasionally. While one person may take on more financial responsibilities, especially early in the relationship, a woman who values the connection will want to contribute in her own way. This isn't about her ability to pay, but rather the principle of equity in relationships. In healthy relationships, both partners strive for balance, ensuring that both feel valued and respected. A woman who insists on paying occasionally or sharing costs signals that she views the relationship as a partnership, not a transaction. On the other hand, if she never offers to contribute and always expects you to cover the bill, it could be a sign she's more interested in the financial perks than the emotional connection. Someone who's genuinely into you will respect your time and boundaries. If she values you, she won't constantly demand expensive gifts or lavish outings. Instead, she'll enjoy your company in any setting, whether it's a fancy restaurant or a simple walk in the park. The ability to enjoy each other's presence without material distractions is a key indicator of a real connection. Moreover, respecting your emotional and financial boundaries is crucial. If she pressures you into spending money or guilt trips you when you don't, that's a major red flag. True attraction is about enjoying each other's company, not what you can buy for her. Pay close attention to her actions as well as her words. While anyone can say the right things, it's her behavior that reveals her true intentions. She might be setting you up for the bill. While it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt, sometimes the signs are clear that someone may not be genuinely interested in you, but rather in the financial perks you offer. If you're wondering whether she's into you or just setting you up for the bill, it's essential to pay close attention to her behavior and actions. One of the clearest indicators that someone might be using you for financial gain is the absence of an emotional connection. If the relationship feels superficial and she rarely opens up about her feelings, life, or personal experiences, it's a sign that she's not emotionally invested. Emotional connection is fundamental to any genuine relationship. According to relationship psychology, individuals who are truly interested in each other share personal stories, fears, and desires to create emotional intimacy. If your conversations with her mainly revolve around where you're going, what you're doing next, or the material aspects of the relationship, like gifts, dinners, or vacations, rather than personal growth, dreams, or emotions, this could be a red flag. A lack of deeper connection might indicate that she's more focused on what she can gain from you than on who you are. A woman who is genuinely interested in you will want to spend time together regardless of whether you're paying for an expensive meal or hanging out casually. If she never initiates contact and only responds when you invite her to something costly or luxurious, it could suggest she's using you for financial gain. In relationships with a real emotional connection, both parties tend to reciprocate effort. According to the equity theory in relationships, a healthy bond involves a balance of effort, where both partners invest time and energy into maintaining the relationship. If she doesn't text or call unless she knows you're about to spend money, or if she never suggests a low-cost activity, you may want to reconsider her intentions. While it's normal for people to enjoy nice things, it becomes a red flag if she constantly expects extravagant gestures. If every time you meet, she pushes for expensive dinners, gifts, or activities, it's possible that she's more interested in your wallet than in you. Those who are in a relationship for the right reasons will appreciate being with you, regardless of how much money you spend. If she seems uninterested in dates that don't involve significant spending or becomes upset when you suggest something more modest, it's a sign that she might be focusing on material benefits. Studies on consumer behavior have shown that individuals who prioritize luxury or materialism in relationships often show less interest in emotional or personal development within that bond. A significant red flag is when someone never offers to contribute financially to the relationship, whether by splitting the bill, paying for small things, or treating you occasionally. While it's not necessary for every relationship to split costs evenly, there should be some level of reciprocity to show that both parties are equally invested. If she never offers to pay or gets offended when you suggest splitting the bill, it may indicate that she sees you primarily as a financial provider. In a study on dating behavior, researchers found that individuals who value their partner's company often contribute financially in some form, even if they are not the primary breadwinner. Another major indicator of financial motives is her disinterest in your personal life. If she never asks about your job, family, or interests, but shows intense curiosity about where you're going for dinner or what gifts you're giving, It suggests she might be focused on material benefits rather than on you as a person. People who are genuinely interested in you will want to know more about you. They'll be curious about your hobbies, friends, past experiences, and dreams for the future. A woman who only shows up when it's time for a lavish dinner, but never engages in meaningful conversations about your life, may not be emotionally invested. A woman who is truly interested in you will enjoy spending time together, regardless of the price tag. If she consistently avoids low-cost activities like taking a walk, having a coffee, or simply hanging out at home, and only participates in high-end events, she may be in it for the perks. People who are emotionally connected to their partners find joy in simply being together, whether it's at a fancy restaurant or a quiet evening at home. If she's avoiding simple, intimate moments, it could indicate that her primary interest lies in the financial benefits of the relationship. If she uses emotional manipulation to get you to spend money, that's a serious red flag. This manipulation could manifest as guilt-tripping, pouting, or passive-aggressive comments when you suggest a less expensive option. She might say things like, "If you really cared about me, you'd take me somewhere nice," or "Other guys do this for their girlfriends. Why won't you?" Using guilt or comparison to pressure you into spending more money is a clear sign of manipulation. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and care, not coercion or financial pressure. One of the most telling signs that she's using you for your money is her reaction when the financial perks stop. If you cut back on expensive gifts or outings, does she lose interest in spending time with you? Genuine connections don't depend on material things, but on emotional bonds and shared experiences. If her interest fades when the money does, it's a clear sign that she wasn't in it for the relationship, but for the financial benefits. People who are emotionally invested will stick around even when the luxury perks aren't part of the equation. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and understand that real relationships are built on emotional intimacy, mutual respect, and shared values, not just financial contributions. Red flags to watch for. If you're questioning whether she's genuinely interested in you or if her motivations are more materialistic, there are several key red flags to look out for. These warning signs can help you better assess whether her feelings are authentic or if she's simply using you for financial benefits. It's important to stay open-minded, but being attentive to these behaviors can prevent you from being taken advantage of. Number 1, she only shows up when there's a benefit for her. One of the clearest red flags that someone may be setting you up for the bill is if she only seems interested in spending time with you when there's something in it for her, such as an expensive dinner, a nice gift, or a luxurious experience. If she avoids low-cost or simple quality time but becomes excited when you propose something costly, this is a major warning sign. Healthy relationships are built on mutual enjoyment of each other's company, regardless of the setting or activity. If her interest fades when the plans involve something low-key or inexpensive, it may indicate that her primary motivation is material gain rather than emotional connection. Number 2, she's always talking about money. Another major red flag is if she frequently brings up money, especially in a way that implies you should be spending more. If she's always making comments about how she deserves to be treated or how much other guys have done for her in past relationships, it could be a subtle way of pressuring you to spend more on her. In some cases, this could manifest as her discussing her financial struggles or needs in a manner designed to elicit your financial help. While it's natural to want to help a partner in need, it's essential to be cautious if this becomes a recurring theme, especially early in the relationship. This tactic may be designed to make you feel obligated to meet her material expectations, rather than allowing the relationship to develop organically. Guilt tripping is an unhealthy behavior that can lead to a toxic dynamic, where you constantly try to prove your worth through financial contributions. 3, she avoids serious conversations about the future. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they are likely to want to discuss the future, talking about future goals, aspirations, or even where the relationship is headed. If she consistently avoids these conversations or redirects them back to short-term material gains, it could be a sign that she's not emotionally invested in the relationship. People who are emotionally connected will naturally want to know where the relationship is going. A woman who's only interested in short-term benefits may sidestep these discussions because she has no intention of sticking around for the long haul. 6. She pressures you to spend beyond your comfort zone. If she frequently pushes you to spend money you don't have or makes you feel guilty for setting financial boundaries, this is a serious red flag. Financial pressure in a relationship can indicate manipulation, particularly if she's constantly demanding more expensive gifts or outings than you're comfortable with. If she's unwilling to respect your financial limits and continues to pressure you to spend more, it may suggest she's more interested in your material contributions than in fostering a balanced relationship. 7. Her attention shifts when the spending stops. A major red flag that someone may be setting you up for the bill is if their attention or affection noticeably decreases when the spending slows down. If you stop taking her on lavish dates or buying her expensive gifts and she becomes distant, it's a clear sign that her interest is tied to the financial perks. People who are emotionally invested will continue to show interest in you regardless of how much money you're spending. If her affection wanes when the spending does, it strongly indicates that she was more interested in your wallet than in you as a person. Number 8, she frequently compares you to others. Comparison is another form of manipulation, especially if she often compares you to other men who allegedly spend more on their partners. Comments like, "My friend's boyfriend always takes her on trips," or "other guys would buy their girlfriends this," are designed to make you feel inadequate and compel you to spend more. This kind of comparison is unhealthy and undermines the emotional foundation of the relationship. A woman who is genuinely interested in you will appreciate what you bring to the table, rather than constantly comparing you to others in a way that pressures you financially. Genuine relationships aren't based on financial transactions, and someone who is truly invested in you won't make their attention or affection contingent on how much you spend. If she reacts negatively when you suggest less expensive dates or refuse to buy her something, it's a sign that her primary motivation may be financial. If you suspect that she's more interested in what you can provide financially rather than genuinely being into you, it's essential to handle the situation carefully. Here's how you can respond if you feel like you're being set up for the bill. Before jumping to conclusions, take a step back and evaluate the situation from an objective standpoint. Ask yourself the following questions. Does she genuinely enjoy spending time with you outside of expensive outings or gifts? Are her contributions to the relationship emotional, financial, or otherwise? Does she show interest in your life, goals, and personality, or does the conversation always seem to circle back to money? Reflecting on these aspects can help you determine if she's genuinely interested in you or more focused on material benefits. Be honest with yourself and try to look at the relationship from a broader perspective. One effective way to determine her true intentions is by setting clear financial and emotional boundaries. Establish what you are comfortable with in terms of spending and make those boundaries known. You don't have to make a big deal of it. Just calmly state your limits. If she constantly suggests expensive dinners, try proposing a simple, inexpensive date, like a walk in the park or a coffee date. If she reacts negatively or seems uninterested in these alternatives, that's a significant red flag. Boundaries are essential in any relationship, and how someone responds to them speaks volumes about their intentions. Once you've set boundaries, observe how she reacts. Someone who is genuinely interested in you will respect your limits without making a fuss. If she pressures you to spend more than you're comfortable with or tries to guilt trip you into expensive dates, that's a sign of manipulation. It's important to remember that a healthy partner will prioritize the relationship over financial benefits. If she's disappointed but understanding of your financial boundaries, that's a good sign. However, if she becomes distant, argumentative, or only shows interest when money is involved, her motives may be more transactional. One of the best ways to determine her true feelings is by removing the financial element. Instead of expensive dates or gifts, try suggesting activities that don't cost much or are completely free. This could include going for a hike, cooking a meal together at home, or simply spending time talking and getting to know each other. If her interest starts to fade when you're not spending money, it's a clear sign that her motivations might not be genuine. On the other hand, if she's excited to spend time with you, regardless of the activity, that's a positive indicator that she's into you for the right reasons. Relationships are about balance, both emotionally and, to some extent, financially. If you find that you're always the one paying for dates, buying gifts, or taking her on trips without any reciprocity, it's time to reassess the dynamic. This doesn't necessarily mean she has to contribute financially to every aspect of the relationship, but there should be some give and take. Even small gestures, like planning a date or offering to split the bill occasionally, can show that she values you beyond what you provide monetarily. If there's a consistent pattern of you giving and her taking, it may be a sign that her interest in you is primarily based on financial benefits. Ultimately, your instincts can be your most powerful tool in determining whether she's truly interested in you or just setting you up for the bill. If something feels off, or if you consistently feel uncomfortable with the way things are going, trust those feelings. It's easy to brush off your gut instincts, especially when you're invested in someone. However, if you keep noticing behaviors that suggest she's more interested in what you can provide than in who you are, it's essential to take those feelings seriously. If, after assessing the situation, setting boundaries, and communicating openly, you still feel like you're being taken advantage of, it may be time to walk away. Ending a relationship is never easy, but staying in one where you're being used is much worse for your emotional and financial well-being in the long run. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship with someone who values you for who you are, not just for what you can provide. Walking away from a situation where you're being set up for the bill frees you to find someone who genuinely cares about you. If this video has helped clarify your situation or provided useful insights, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to assisting you in navigating the ups and downs of relationships with confidence, clarity, and self-respect. We also encourage you to leave a comment below to share your experiences or thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going. Relationships can be daunting, particularly when it comes to distinguishing genuine interest from ulterior motives. If you're questioning whether she's into you or simply setting you up for the bill, it's essential to trust your instincts and pay attention to the signs. Relationships built on mutual respect, emotional connection, and authenticity will always stand the test of time, while those based on financial gain will eventually crumble. Healthy relationships require balance, reciprocity, and a genuine interest in one another's well-being, not just a focus on what one person can provide financially. By setting boundaries, communicating openly, and prioritizing emotional connection, you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of while fostering deeper, more meaningful relationships. You deserve to be with someone who values you for who you are, not just for what you can offer. If you find yourself in a situation where you're constantly questioning her intentions, don't hesitate to take a step back, reassess, and make decisions that prioritize your well-being. It's better to be alone than to be with someone who only values your wallet. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content designed to help you navigate relationships, boost your confidence, and live a more empowered life.